You are going to open up a brand new canvas in Procreate, hit the plus button and select A4. I want you to tap the gallery button again so we can go back and title your artwork. Just name it 1 point perspective drawing and add your name at the end, especially if you're on a spare iPad. Going into your drawing, you should be turning it landscape, just like your wall will look. Now, you need to go tap the 2 boxes that are layered on top of each other. That is the layers icon. Tap the background color, and you're going to select a color from here to be your background color. It can be any color you like, as long as it's light and not a dark shade. Add a new layer and name this layer rectangle. To rename it, you just need to tap the square and hit the first button, rename. This is really important for every single time you create a new layer. We are going to go into the inking section of brushes and use the studio pen. Now, I'm going to draw lines to create a rectangle. Notice how I draw my line and then I hold it at the end. That's how you make a perfect straight line in Procreate. So you draw, hold at the end to make a line. Draw, hold at the end, make a line. Draw, hold at the end to make a line. Now we're going to make sure this is in the center. Tap the little clicky button that looks like a mouse, and you'll notice there's 4 options: distort, warp, uniform, and freeform. Choose uniform, tap the snapping icon, turn on both magnetics and snapping. Now, when you move your rectangle around, there should be some lines that show up. We're looking for a yellow line on both the horizontal and vertical of the page. You'll notice there's a horizontal line on my page. Now I'm lining my rectangle up to make sure it shows up with both of those yellow lines. That means it's in the center. Now we're opening a brand new layer. This layer will be called Center. Choose a nice bright color for this one, just so it stands out in your drawing. I'm going to choose a nice bright red. Now you're going to draw a perfect circle. I like to zoom in for this. To draw a perfect circle, you draw a circle, then hold until it forms a nice shape. Now we're going to go back to the clicky icon at the top and use our snapping to help us find the center again, where both yellow lines turn up. It's a little tricky sometimes, it takes me a little practice. All right, we are going to open a brand new layer. This layer is going to be called Wall Edge. This is when we start using the 1 point perspective part of our artwork, this red circle in the middle. I'm choosing a nice bright color so I can show you what I'm doing. All right, so my X is going to go on the center, and I've got another X at my corner. We're going to join these 2 up with a line, and that line is going to continue to the edge of the page. We're going to do that for all 4 corners. As you can see here, you don't need to do the yellow circles, that's just an example. So I'm going to, from my center of my page where my red circle is, I'm going to draw a line from the center circle, matching up with the edge of the rectangle and going off the page. You'll notice that my lines don't have to go to the corner of the page, but instead need to follow the center and the corner of my rectangle. They shouldn't be perfectly lining up with the corner of your page and the center at the same time. It will look a bit strange. I'm going to go use my erase tool now and erase the center parts of the lines from the middle. Now it's time to decide how thick you want your bricks. Do you want really thin bricks, medium bricks, or large bricks? These are some examples for you. So the lines really close together make really tiny little bricks. Obviously you could have some medium spaces in between or some really thick, large bricks as well. The next layer is going to be called bricks. Here you're just going to draw within that rectangle in the middle, and you're going to draw nice straight lines across the center. Remember, you can choose if you want thick bricks, medium bricks, I'm actually going to rename this layer bricks middle, because I realized we're going to have 3 different parts. This one will be bricks middle. Your next one will be bricks left, another layer. Now we're going back to using the center again. I'm using this bright yellow color to show you what I'm doing. You don't need to do this part. So I'm lining up with the center circle, and I'm drawing a line between that and the edge of the brick layer, and I'm going to keep that going off the page and then erase that middle section. Watch closely to see what I'm doing. This helps to create the illusion of your brick wall. You're going to do this on the left side and the exact same on the right side as well. I can hide my little circle, I'm not going to need it for now. Now we're going to do the exciting bit, the brick texture, the brick lines. I want you to make a curved line to make our bricks look like they have a nice round edges. Now the amazing thing about Procreate is you can duplicate. To duplicate, you can swipe your layer to the left and hit the duplicate button. And then you can just move that one to the right. You're going to need to move it as it will be on top of each other. I'm going to keep duplicating until I fill up that line. And my favorite part after we duplicate all of these beautiful bricks is merging them together. To merge your layers together, when you open up the layers, you're going to pinch them from the top to the bottom to create just one layer. Now you can duplicate that and put it into the rest of your brick lines. You're also welcome, if you prefer a more random look, you can draw each of the lines yourself to make some of the bricks longer, some of the bricks shorter, just like we can see in real life. You'll see me do an example of that now. I'm making sure I name each time I make a new layer, and I don't actually want to merge them all together in case I make a mistake. So see here, I'm hand drawing some of them so I can have some really long bricks, some shorter bricks, just to add a bit of randomness to my drawing.